Dang, I didn't film that.
Duh, you know.
I was just pulling the camera out.
What's up and good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to another video. This video's not starting off great because we just broke a tool.
Yeah, not a cheap one either.
Gee, well, it was a snap-on.
Yeah, but here's the problem with snap-on.
You snapped it off.
I gotta go find a truck because I don't work at a spot where there's like a regular truck. So I gotta go drive around, and I'm sure there's somewhere on their website where you can find in like their routes and stuff. But like still, you know, it's not like I can just be like, oh, Harbor Freight's open at till 9. Let me just run down there. No, I gotta like, where can I go? If I needed this right now, what am I doing? You know?
Well, we do need it right now.
We actually, yeah. Well, I got other arms, but
okay.
Yeah. That sucks.
Piece of junk.
Yeah.
Well, the old Hercules is just too strong.
It definitely is, actually. That was definitely overkill for this, but you know, you live and learn.
So, and speaking of broken, we're back on my Toro Groundmaster 345 mower that we are swapping in a Harbor Freight Predator engine in. Just a quick little backstory if you guys are new to these video series. Bought this mower for 350 bucks on Facebook Marketplace with the owner saying it needed a new crankshaft. And it came with the crankshaft. Well, we got the motor pulled out, flipped over, old crankshaft out, ready to go in like an hour. We went to go put the new crankshaft in, realized the owner had gotten the wrong one. We searched high and low, everywhere you could possibly search, could not find the correct crankshaft. So we searched high and low, and unless you want to buy a non-running one of these for like $2,000, we're not getting that crankshaft. So we went ahead, and our friends over at Harbor Freight, make a heck of an engine. So we've got the Predator 670 V-twin, and I was a little concerned that this wasn't going to be powerful enough to run this mower because it had like a 50 horse detuned to about 25 horsepower 4-cylinder Ford engine in it. And we went to a V-twin air-cooled 22 horsepower motor. And well, y'all, after a little bit of finagling and realizing we had the engine flipped the wrong way, it was spinning the wrong way, so we had to buy an adapter so we could turn the engine around so it would spin the hydraulic pump the correct way. This thing took off like a rocket ship. And I think 22 horsepower is plenty for this mower.
Well,
but
the difference is we were talking like 1973 20 horsepower versus like 2025 horsepower, 20 horsepower.
Brother, a horse is a horse.
You know, it is, but it isn't because, depending on, how that horsepower gets delivered, if it takes if it's a long power curve to get there, or if it's real snappy, that stuff makes a difference.
So one of the things we were concerned about those because, well, that motor drove this thing well, drove the hydraulic pump for the hydrostatic controls, forward, back, steering, all of that worked great. But can it do that and power a 3-blade 72-inch mower deck? Well, that's what we found out in the last video. We got it all hooked up. We fired up the mower deck, and everything was going beautifully for about 10 feet. And then, catastrophe.
It's on there. I'm scared it's gonna shoot out like a rocket.
I mean, it seems like a lot of stuff shoots out of this thing.
Yeah, kind of scary. Jesus! I'm going home. I'm done.
Remember when I said we should start fresh on like a day, to do this? We broke another one.
Snap on! Get over here. Explain yourself.
So, basically our shaft from the motor to the PTO to the second belt that powers the mower PTO, there was some weird tension. Something happened. We don't really know what happened, but there was rubber in between the two. Did the rubber give out first? Did our Chinese billet adapter give out? We don't know what gave out because we obviously didn't have a camera on it. Derek says the rubber gave out first, but something catastrophic happened. One thing gave, and then it just like took the entire shaft system with it. Broke bolts, broke rubber, broke a lot of stuff in that. Broke a couple of parts of a snap-on tool. So we are, off to a really bad start on trying to build a whole new shaft for this thing with new bearings and build a way to basically take any flex and weirdness out of the shaft that having a side pulling belt on it can do, and hopefully build a much stronger and stouter system, because clearly something similar happened to the last motor.
You want to see the parts we got for it while we wait on me trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life?
Yeah. Did you call the snap-on guy?
So boom, and then boom, just like that.
So as you can see, we've got some bearings now that we're going to run the shaft through.
Yep.
We got small enough stuff to go through there?
Yep, it's all 1 inch stuff, dude. That's the beautiful thing about this. So
That's 1 inch inside diameter?
yep. In my quest of, I was once like really big into researching stuff about go-karts because I wanted to build like a drift trike. Part of that was finding out that like all that go-kart stuff is like extremely standardized and there's like a big following behind it. So 1 inch inside diameter, 1 inch inside rod, boop, just like that. And then you got those little set screws that you would tighten up and loosen down, and that grabs all that. And basically this is gonna be our shaft material, and anytime we gotta make like a cup link or something to, you know, capture it, we've also got that material we've been using, and it's literally all a perfect fit. Boom. Look at that, like you
Don't
can't.
go too far, we won't be able to get that back off.
Oh, we got good tolerances
Okay.
here, man.
Well, we don't have any more
Good stuff right here.
pullers from Snap-on, so...
Yeah, that's for sure. And then, yeah, so what we're basically gonna do is, I honestly believe what happened was, we didn't really set our belt tension properly, so when the PTO was like fully engaged, it was just cranking on that pulley. And once that rubber broke, what happened was that belt basically pulled that shaft all the way towards it because of how tight that tension was. And the second it did that, it misaligned everything. And it broke at the PTO. So basically the Harbor Freight engine was still spinning that shaft, and that thing just started doing this. Right here, where one snapped, and then you can kind of see how right here, this one snapped, and you can see as it turned, basically carved its way out and then snapped the other ones off as well. Yeah, so luckily all these pieces index. Where is it? So what I'll do is I'll clean this face off, and this little stick out indexes in this hole right there. And what we'll be able to do is put those two together where they fit and snap in flush. I'm gonna rotate it, and then we're gonna actually drill all the way through this adapter. And then I'm gonna countersink some holes on the backside, planning on somehow, some way being able to insert these in the backside so that they stick out forward. So instead of inserting a bolt through this way to grab into this, I want this to basically sandwich everything together. The problem is though, you don't have access to these once you put this on the crank. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to kind of like, you know, capture these in here. So that is our go-kart sprocket flange right there. And then what's gonna basically happen is we have our hydro right there. This is gonna go, come on, we'll use this one for now. So this one's gonna go like this. And then we have to re-weld on our little sleeves right there, but then this will go like this to grab the belt. And then there's gonna be another one, which I just gotta undo these set screws that are tight, but that's gonna go down right there. And then this will have a sleeve that couples those two together. And then we're gonna build mounting plates to capture this one and that one so that this can no longer deflect either way.
How's that sound?
Yeah, that's what he said.
The pools, I'm just spinning it so it doesn't warp in any direction.
Do you want to go back upstairs?
I showed Chris the wonderful world of online gambling today. Good news is we're up. If any of you guys watching this would be interested, we've contemplated making a second channel just for the gambling antics of this group. Now, it would take nothing away from the main channel. Do not worry for those of you that are not into that. But if you guys would be interested, let us know down in the comments if we should start a little gambling channel. It's been Chris's dream.
I have a dream.
Got you, Mijo.
I'm good. Close my eyes.
Alrighty, so that's gonna go right there in between.
That's kind of got to stay. I have a feeling if we don't have this in there, you won't be able to engage it. I think that's what it uses as like a lever.
No, I'm not even looking at the engine.
Oh.
Like this pulley.
Oh no,
as
it's
opposed
this.
to this
It's
pulley.
this. It's 100% this. You've got two things that are mounted like this, trying to meet up somewhere. You're never going to get them. If I was to straighten this out to reflect this, your pulley would be like this on your rod.
Okay.
That's just how it's built.
I got a question.
What's up?
If you had to pick 5 numbers, 0 to 36.
17,
We
23.
hit that already.
20.
It might
hit
hit
again.
34. It's a hot number. It's a hot number.
We'll be right back. Come on, Chris. Let's go. Let's go. Hurry. Go, Chris. Go, 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 go. Go, hurry. We got to get them while they're hot. We need a roulette table downstairs.
I know, right?
13, 23, 29, 29, 34. What?
34, 34, sorry.
I missed it. Yeah, I got it. We're in, butter. We're in. All right. We've got Asael, I think is his name, is our dealer. Let's see what we got. What happened?
32, which is regular too. I'll leave it now we do it.
32.
Who let that pick?
Chris took off the slides. That means see, we're trying to hit the middle right there. See, we got this, buddy. We got this. Let's see. Come on. 20. Woo! All right. We're back, Chris. We're back. All right, guys. Let this be a lesson in gambling. Yep. Sorry, Chris. Sorry, buddy. I really want the mower to work more than I want to win $150 on the computer, you know? Hey, what kind of nuclear waste are you working with back here that you're wearing a respirator? That's impressive. I've never seen that.
Header paint, dog.
Header paint?
That stuff is so toxic when you have to grind it off because it's not meant to be ground off.
That was all we had.
Dude, I literally took a grinder to it and felt my lungs like catch on fire for a second.
That's all we had.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I promise you there's more stuff up there.
The gloss one didn't have a cap on it.
Yeah, because I have it on a different one.
Oh, well. While Danik is working on that, we're gonna make a quick trip over to the hardware, well, lumber store / has hardware. Might have the hardware that we need. He's tapping and rethreading the little adapter we got on Amazon. And hopefully that's not our weak point, I don't know, but we're gonna go with a little bit bigger hardware now because we had to retap and we'll drill out the old hardware that snapped off. Well, we're in good company. Check out this sweet Chevy next to us.
You go. Shit's in the way. Can you give me?
So for the most part, we've got the shaft, or a new shaft, kind of in place here. Now we're gonna weld the motor back in a maybe better orientation. Hopefully something that's gonna less bind, less wear. We don't really know what happened the last time, but. So I know this video's a little bit cut up. We ran into a couple of hiccups the other day, but we are back.
I got pissed off. I threw some stuff and I said I'm going home. I had a horrible day on that last video. Oh my God.
Yeah, Daddy got really frustrated with the this, so.
Everything went downhill. I had suspicions, but I then confirmed. Actually, some of you, let's see how many of you actually pay attention to like timelines and stuff. One of you caught it. What were we working on? Oh, we were painting the headers for Frank's truck. And I just gotten a fresh haircut and I saw it. Somebody said, hey, check the clippers your barber's using. You look like you got a rash on the back of your head. Well, it wasn't the clippers. Turns out I'm allergic to header paint. Who knew? And guess who decided not to take more than 12 seconds to look for paint and just said, screw it, I'll use header paint, and painted the bracket I ended up having to cut back up and grind all the paint off of.
We looked more than 12 seconds.
Yeah, that stuff burns your throat. When I got upset and then I got something in the eye through the grinder and I was like, I'm going home. We cleaned up and called it a day. It was one of those like, we were all just gonna be quiet and just kind of go home.
But now we're back. Hey.
And so Danik's.
Yeah, everything's done.
Yeah, so. Vibrates a lot less. All right, let's engage PTO.
Already engaged.
If we get more than 10 feet with the mower engaged, we've gotten further than last time. Does it got air?
Kind of low.
We gotta fill it up. Yeah, I don't want to dig into the turf, man. I'm already about to go tear up some grass because it's really wet and muddy out there. We got one smoothie over here. We've got a tire with some tread on it over there. Well, see, and then this thing does have cutting brakes. They don't really work too independently of each other, but you know, if you need to make some sharper turns, albeit this thing makes some very sharp turns. All right, air me up, mijo. What do we got to be at? 15?
I don't know.
All right.
I was just gonna go until it looks good again, until it looks round.
All right, let's go.
Head on to the races.
I get nervous too. All right, we're going out front. Everything look good? All right, looks good back there. I haven't even looked that close at Danik's work, so we're just going on some faith right now. This thing makes me nervous though. Let's see, guys, it's starting to rain again. Oh, look at that. Look at that deck clearance right there. Deck down. I'm scared. All right, we're gonna throttle down. We're going to engage PTO.
I'm looking.
What? I don't know. All right, we're engaged. Okay. All right, check everything out.
an engage and a disengage. I'm terrified.
The rattling you heard was just that little brake pad like bouncing around it.
Alright, I'm going over the belt.
Dude,
Hop on.
dude, this thing is spinning like.
Get in there, get in there.
That thing is like an arrow.
No, hop on. We're going over to the grass.
I'm gonna sit on the thing. Don't engage the PTO.
Here we go. That grass across the street has no idea what's about to hit it. I'm about to scalp the crap out of it.
I was about to say you're about to destroy it.
I've got no idea what depth we're set at. We actually might be a little higher than that grass. That grass is pretty tall.
Oh, dude, that's perfect. That's perfect. Dude, look at that. That is. Brother, you're doing a fine job right now.
Oh, you lost the belt.
Is that what happened? Yeah, you lost the belt, dog.
I was gonna say, it sounded like the motor bogged down.
Yeah, you lost the belt. I'd rather lose the belt than everything else.
It just slipped it, so
That's good.
I mean something I can do is I can weld like a little up skis just to keep her in line, you know?
But she cut.
Dude.
Look at. Not cut.
Brother, that is
Cut.
dog.
Not
Let's
cut.
get a
my
close up of that real quick. Doug.
She cut.
Dude, I don't think you know.
Wow.
Like,
Look at that. Look at that. Look at
dude, I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good job right there.
Like, why are these like crackheads laying in the grass right now?
They just don't understand. They wouldn't get it.
It's probably normal in this neighborhood.
They ain't got a Groundmaster, whatever it is.
345?
345.
This is, wow.
They would know, dude. That is
Wow.
like
Hey, we got like a solid 6 feet of cut before that belt came off.
We did.
That's pretty good.
We did. Dude, you know what? We get better and better every time, and that's what matters.
Okay, now we just gotta find out why the belt
Dude,
came
that is like.
off. That's just clean cut. That's
Hey.
wet grass. That's wet grass.
Hey, clean cut, ese. Hey, look professional. We got a future investor over there walking down the street, all right?
This thing feels good for two-wheel drive.
Yeah, it does.
That's like a 8-10 inch asphalt.
Oh, yeah, dog. Yeah. Dude, easy day. That's a Groundmaster 345. What, you just gonna give us like a single strip and then we go check it out?
Hold on. Let me lower the motor back down.
Hey, dog, straighten me up. Straighten me up.
Stripes?
Straighten me up.
Alright, I got you. Sounds weird.
I think you're taking too long to put the belt in and it's burning up the belt.
I wonder if we're starting with it up in the air.
Go. It's also, yeah, you were going too slow, it was slipping the belt. Liner, oh, gee. Dude, the wheels were, hold on, stop, whoa, slow down, stop. Damn. We gotta get a time, you just can't roll through the trap and go. No, line her up. He's cheating, you see him rolling? He's cheating. Ready? Go. Dog, she does stoppies now. flexes like your steering arm thing back there too. You cooking hot dogs? Why does it smell like hot dogs? Time to fill her up with some methanol. E85 tune.
While Dedic is working on the last couple of final welds in there, we have our oil cooler, because obviously we have hydraulic lines and hydraulic oil flowing through this thing, which used to go through the radiator, which had a water pump and a fan keeping it cool. We no longer have that. So we need to keep that hydraulic oil cool. So we got that oil cooler, but the hole that's gonna go in is where the radiator comes out of, and that hole is bigger than the oil cooler. But alas, we have a solution right here. Compliments of our job site. I feel like, we needed a piece of sheet metal to put over the hole to cut out a new hole in that's a little bit smaller. That way our new oil cooler can fit where the old radiator hole was. And I feel like, this is a perfect little piece of sheet metal right here to do that. So you can see this hole right here. It's pretty dang big compared to that oil cooler. So we're just gonna chop this sign up, and that'll be our new baffle. Dedic is welding by Braille right now. Alrighty, y'all. Dedic's making a bracket because prior we only had one lift chain on this thing and it did not pick the mower fully up. It only wanted to pick up that side. Obviously, it looks like there's another spot for another chain to go on. We just don't have a bracket on the mower. The flail mower that's sitting up there does have both brackets and chains. So he's just gonna cut us out one real quick with the plasma cutter over there.
What you think, doggy? Is that going to pass our inspection?
Yeah, it's gonna. Let me come take a close look at that. Let's see. This was Dedic's last weld he did right here. The mower came that way. Yep. Oh yeah. I was like, pretty good, buddy.
I think that'll pass our inspection.
I think that's better than 90% of the welds on this thing. So yeah. Now I will say, if you guys are watching this and you work at an auction, stop writing all over stuff. Jeez. Look at that. That one we can get off. But the seat, I mean, that'll probably come off too, but jeez, so reckless. Let's see, do a little test, see if she picks her up now. Let's see, raise up the deck. Look at that. She's up. So believe it or not, this sign is the exact width right there that fits in between these little pieces of the frame. So all we gotta do is just chop down our top, or I guess our bottom, and this thing will bolt right in. So Dedic's gonna do that right now with the plasma cutter. A little freehand, we'll see how this looks. All right, we've got the oil cooler over here, and hopefully this can handle the pressure that's going through this hydraulic system. We don't really know. Dedic finally found a tape with some fractions on it, so it helps him out. Does that thing not even go to 60? What does that even go to?
No, it's only as low as eighths. Yeah.
Okay. So we've got the Made in Mexico oil cooler. This is a pre-tariff edition. This bad boy is
that's legacy right
that's pretty rare. Plate is cut, oil cooler is going on, and I'm gonna say a little prayer again that this thing can handle whatever pressure is about to hit it, because that's like the most expensive piece on this entire mower.
It's almost the price of the mower.
Yeah, that bad boy was not cheap, but obviously it's needed.
That's pre-tariffs too.
That's right. Oh,
If you didn't get in now, it's too late. Don't even look her up.
probably quadruple the price of the mower.
Easily. That's how that works, right?
Yeah. So again, we smelled something burning, but there was a little smoke coming out of the radiator. Hopefully it was just residual stuff, because obviously the hoses weren't hooked up to anything other than the hydraulic hoses were looping through it. But the smoke was coming out of where like the coolant would run out of. So I don't know, something smelled warm. We also cooked the belt for a minute. Like it could have been a bunch of things that we were smelling. It was also raining. Could have been, a little water splashing on the exhaust.
Perfectly straight cut.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah,
That's pretty quiet.
pretty good though.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's gonna be cool. All right, fan works. Let's see if those hose stuff.
Okay.
Thing sounds like a Harley. Brother. Break the lanyard or just break the key?
No, I broke the lanyard.
Oh, okay. That was legacy, man. That was original.
The bead's coming out, or is it just a little tab? No, we can fix that.
We can put it up. We can tie it to the other side. If anybody's kid out there makes beaded lanyards, send us a new one.
Still? That's crazy.
I bet there's still
I would love to put some viewers lanyard on this bad boy.
All right, if your kid makes these, let us know. Send us one. We'll send you the P.O. box.
Hit up my DM. Not your kid, you.
Yeah, it just got weird. I don't like it started. Oh, he's moving! Keep moving, Daddy. Watch out, buddy.
Oh, you gotta get her in a wheelie?
Jesus. All right, give it a shot. Well, we got no trail of fluid. That's good. Still smells hot. Or maybe it's, is that paint burning off? The belt? Think it's the belt? So we took it on test run. Everything went good. We found one little flaw though in Dedek's wiring by tapping the seat safety switch. The seat is now what turns the fan on and off. So we're gonna opt to not have that just in case, you know, the seat stays wedged down or something heavy gets put on the seat, and then we know I have enough issues with dead batteries. So we'll get another relayed wired in, but for tonight, that's as far as we're getting, which is pretty damn good. It's like the most optimistic I've been about this thing in a long time. Great job, buddy. Great job.
But how many pretzels I get?
2. Yup. Well, y'all, we are back. It is a different day. As you can see, the rain has finally passed as of like last night. We got a little bit of sunshine, and I've brought the trailer, which means the mower is coming home with me today. Whether it's fully ready to or not, I don't know, but I want to get it out to the ranch, test it, even though everything out there is super wet and all the, I don't know, nothing's really grown that tall yet, but at least we can get some tests done with it and see if this is even viable, if it needs to come back to the shop and get some more work done to it. So we got her here. We're gonna do a little rewire on this whole relay setup for the fan, because again, currently, you know, it's coming on when you depress the seat switch, which we don't want that. We need that separated. And then we've got some touch-up paint today, so we can kind of paint this new bracket that Dedek welded on for us. And I kind of want to give her another shot. I might go try to cut a little more grass today and see what's going on with this belt slippage. We know it's because these pulleys aren't perfectly lined up. Can we build something that kind of keeps them in line a little bit, or something they can kind of bounce off of without coming off? Maybe, maybe not. I did find these belts online though. As you can see, this one is yeah, split. So she's not doing a whole lot of good there for us, but again, we did find the replacement, so I'll get those ordered up, and at least we'll have, you know, some replacement part there, even though it is kind of a pain in the butt now to get that off, because you got to pull that off, you got to pull basically the whole shaft off. I don't think that can come out. Now I got me a can of some very overpriced Toro red paint. I think this was like $18. There might have actually been more than that for this can of paint, but if there's one thing I learned from owning my Toyota forklift, I bought the Toyota gray paint, which is this, and this stuff is also very expensive, but man, is it some of the nicest laying spray paint I've ever used out of a can. So I'm putting my faith here in Toro's paint being real similar. I'm just gonna give a light touch up on this bracket. I'm not even really gonna try to mask off that chain or anything, but just get a little bit of paint on there, and then, you know, as needed, we got us a little touch up paint to, I mean, really, this thing's, pretty good shape. It's definitely had some touch up done on it. I don't think anybody put new logos on there, because I don't see why anybody would bother other than me, who's like OCD about things looking factory. But you know, it's got some welds on it, so I'm sure at some point somebody, you know, touched this up. Oh, that's a nice red right there. All right, new relay is on. We are back together. Fired up! All right, so now that we've got the wiring dialed in, now that it's not rainy, we're trying to mow a little bit more and see. We put a spring to try to keep the belt from slipping off, but that didn't work. We'll engage the PTO, throttle down. Get the blade spinning. Throttle up. It's almost like we had too much tension on the belt this time. Huh. This definitely smells like a slipped belt, but it doesn't feel that hot. All right, let's try again. We might just really need to ease in the depth on this thing. like it's hitting high spots and it's putting tension on the system and slipping the belt. But again, we have a cracked belt, which could be a big part of this. But I just mowed this whole section right here, no problem. Kind of a tight squeeze down the sidewalk, but let's head up this way. Oh yeah, we don't really want to try to mow that hole. Let's cross this deep hole right here. There we go. Seriously when I got this thing, but man, that really turns this thing into a zero turn. Watch this. I'm gonna do a left turn with no cutting brake. Watch how wide it turns, then I'm gonna do it with the cutting brake. So no cutting brake. You can barely turn and stay on the grass. Now we'll do it with the cutting brake. Left turn. Look at that. Look at that tight turn. So if you don't know what a cutting brake is, let me throttle down so you can actually hear me. If you don't know what a cutting brake is, it literally just applies a brake to the one tire. So if you want to pivot, it locks up this tire so we can make a left turn. That tire doesn't roll. So one of the other issues I'm noticing is when you go up and down with the deck, the main pulley right there for the Mower PTO moves forward and back. So I don't know if that's part of our issue or what's going on, but I gotta say, y'all, I'm gonna take this out to the ranch today. I don't know if I'll have time to film today, but if nothing more, I got this much grass mowed on this sweet mower. I feel pretty accomplished. I'm pretty damn happy with that. You clearly gotta be a little finicky with it. Again, we have a bad belt. Maybe with the new belt, we don't have to be, but you gotta be a little finicky with your height. And I might need to put some more spacers here, because once we get out to the ranch, there's a lot of little dirt mounds from squirrels and stuff that you're gonna go over. We're not going over smooth grass. Will this thing like that? I don't know. Do we need to switch to the flail mower? Maybe this deck isn't the right deck for it. I don't know. Now I gotta say, the good thing about this system is if you lose the PTO belt to the mower, which again could happen out at the ranch, you don't lose your drivability. You're not stranded out in the field somewhere. Now the fun part is gonna be getting this on the trailer, but I'm so happy that it's hopefully gonna be under its own power. Now this thing is very front heavy. While we got some weights on the back, you can see just letting off the throttle if you're going fast, it makes it do a stoppie. If you hit the brakes while going fast, you do a stoppie because there's a lot of weight up here. So I'm gonna try to back it up on, which might not be the right way to do it, but I don't wanna dig the front of the deck into the trailer, which it might be all right now that we can fully raise her up, but let's try to drive her on straight, see what happens.
oil. Now you're going for a ride.
I'm done. Stand on the back without the forks under it.
Huh?
Stand on the back without the forks under it. Well, that was eventful there. The motor did not like running at a 45-degree angle for too long there. So we'll wait till the rest of that oil burns off. She got the power to make it up. This is super front heavy.
This thing sucks.
Alrighty, y'all, as you can see, it is dark behind me, but we've got the mower. We are getting her fueled up because, well, it's easier to fill it up now than to do it out of gas cans at the ranch. And look, we even got a free half a cookie. The day is looking up. I don't know how much fuel this thing holds, but that's probably a 5-gallon tank, maybe a little bit more. It said half full on the gauge, but the gauge might not work. Let's see. Does it change? Oh, yep, look at that, full. Kinda, sorta. And that was, no, maybe it's bigger than that then. Maybe it's like an 8-gallon. 10-gallon? I don't know. That's a good amount of gas in there. Now I have no idea how much fuel obviously this thing ate when it had its 4-cylinder Ford in there. And I even have less idea how much this thing eats with the old Harbor Freight Predator. But we are off to the ranch, and in the morning, we're gonna get this thing unloaded and give it a real test.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.